Jimmy, when we started this project, Nerd Alert, how long did you think it would take us to get to this point? And did you think that people would gravitate as fast as they did, or did you think that this was going to be a much longer process? I know it's only 500 people, but it's a lot more than I thought that we'd have this first year.
I sincerely thought, because we started talking, I think it was back in February, and we focused on the website.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we got started up first. And then we started rolling out videos. And I sincerely thought it was going to take a long time. Just had experience with it, had a lot of experience with building YouTube channels, from education to entertainment. I did not think we would hit 500 in essentially 3 months. And that's pretty much what we did. And I think one of the big things that helped us is we shot long videos, which is us talking and having fun and goofing off. And then we chopped them up so that people didn't necessarily need to watch the long videos if they didn't want to, but they got short snippets of what we were talking about. And then they could go back to the longer videos. And I think that really skyrocketed us to 500 so far.
So as we go into 2024, what do you want to do that is going to shoot Nerd Alert into the stratosphere? What plans do we have that we can share with everybody that is going to make us stand out and grow through the 3-month period that we got in 2023 and how the future of Nerd Alert looks?
I think one of the things that we've talked about is more partnerships. So we will be at conventions and we will be interacting with you, our fans, so that we will bring them on camera, get more of their opinions. Obviously, we're a tight-knit Las Vegas group, and that's what we have so far. But hopefully we can get out to the Las Vegas convention, the conventions that are going to be in LA, WonderCon, the San Diego convention, obviously, and just meet with more of our fans, get them on camera, get them talking to us, and a lot more of that. But I think we've also talked about doing more events so that we can have like screenings of things, not necessarily, things are just coming out, but some of our favorite films, see them in theaters, get the fans there, and then we can have little panels and goof off and talk. Or even like bar quiz nights or things like that, where we're just hanging out with more of our fans and interacting with them in more of a way that's not us talking and then just commenting back, but that we can actually have live interactions.
Yeah. And one thing I would like to ask you guys that are watching this, would you be interested if we did more editorial / in-depth videos where it's like more like a different style of editing or different, more in-depth breakdowns of certain things, maybe not just things that are coming out, but more like, talking about some theories and just more in-depth videos overall. And I think that's something that we are interested in. We're just concerned if you guys have come for this aspect, if that's something that we could kind of throw into the mix and you guys would still be here for it. But I think that would be very interesting to do more like in-depth, higher editing, higher processing, all that kind of stuff. And
that's one of the things I would like to do is we have so many awesome conversations off camera of us just goofing off and weird theories and stupid things, somehow filming that atmosphere and showing to our fans and audiences. But like you said, if they're not interested, then that's not something we need to do.
So I think that is a awesome lane for us to explore. Is there, with the website, there are a few things that we have in the pipelines there. One being the app that is kind of just sitting in purgatory. It's almost ready. It can be launched at any time. But I am curious if we believe that the integration of this app would be helpful and people would be in these communities and want to be a part of these communities in this app, or should we stay mostly on a YouTube front or a website front? Like, do you think that that's a place that people would want to engage? Or I guess this is more of a question to you guys than to Jimmy, but I'm asking it to Jimmy.
I think it is, because I think analytics are showing that more and more people are moving off to mobile devices so that it's easier to watch as you're like on the subway, as you're at work, on a break, wherever, so that you will just have it right there and you can interact. To have the app available so that we can get those kind of comments and stuff would be fantastic. One thing that we've also talked about is more of the forums, so that, again, we can have more of a back and forth with our audience. That would be fabulous. But these are things that take time. And again, we've only been doing this starting talking in February to realizing what we're doing now is pretty impressive. So it takes time, which I think we both get frustrated with. We're like, we want it now,
Yeah.
now.
That is half of the problem.
It is. And luckily this time around, we have a great support group. We have our wives and fiancés who are just phenomenal, and they're not seen on screen. And you guys will see more of them on screen, hopefully, but they are just amazing behind the scenes, helping us get to where we need to go. And then literally it was me, you, Rossetti, and Allison that started this. And now we're up to Chase, Brandon, MN, James, Madison pops on, so that we have more of a team that stretch the gamut of what we've talked about as far as generations and interests. Like if you guys noticed, you don't see me talking about anime because I don't know anything about anime.
Right.
You have Kyle talking about anime, so luckily we have that knowledge now, so that we can talk about more topics confidently and not just focus on Star Wars and Marvel. But then also getting into more things like Chase is very interested in music. You're very interested in music. Brandon's very interested in music. And unless it's in a soundtrack, I'm not terribly interested in music. So we're really spreading out what we want to cover. And I guess that's another question. What point do we stop expanding and that's too much, we don't want that, versus we love it, guys, you guys are just covering all these nerdy things that you're interested in.
And I think that's what the vision was in general, is to be able to have conversations across generations. If you notice, none of us are really the same age. Like maybe me and Brandon, but he's still older than I am, so he's an old man to me. But I want to say that like that allows us to have very unique conversations. And that's kind of what our entire goal is here, is to showcase that like this one aspect of being a nerd is what tied us all together. And I think that's what we're trying to really push for in the future, is showing that this is the power of the community of just loving things that you want to love and enjoy. And I think that is the power that we're trying to showcase here.
And I think you hit on it, is that nerdom is showing a lot of hate lately, just a lot of hate. And we've probably devolved into it a little bit, but we really just want to show we love this stuff. If I don't like a movie, that's fine, but somebody likes it.
Right.
Cool. I'm not going to focus on the negative aspects of it. Love it. Awesome. Cool. But there's a lot of things that I love that people hate. I'm like, dude, Condor Man's the greatest movie ever. It's like, no, it's not. I know it's not, but it's a fun, goofy movie.
But you love it, and that's what matters.
Exactly. So let's promote more of the love and the openness versus, oh, it fell at the box office, it sucks. It's like, what's the point of that?